Quilty Merch Monday, and it is July 27th, and thank you so much for joining me today. Got several new kits to show you and some new fabric, and I need to tell you about this week's deal. So starting off, last week I did a supplemental Quilty Merch Monday Tuesday, and it was a Tuesday supplemental, and it was this collection, which is Covered Bridges in Winter by Tara Reid for Riley Blake. And if you remember, we had this large panel, and this is the pillow panel, and here's the pillow panel. As a reminder, we've got really pretty 4 different scenes on it, and then we've got this bridge, and then down below we've got a different kind of bridge, and then here's another one that got sayings on it. So what we've done is we've created a quilt kit out of these pillow panels. You can make pillows, but you can also make quilts. And Riley Blake, Tara redesigned a quilt using the panels. And so you can see that it's going to use some of the blue trees in here. You've got pieced blocks that have kind of a dark claret kind of color, a dark red, and then a tan. So you're going to piece blocks around it. Here's what the kit looks like. So you've got the blue with the little trees and little red birds. You've got a white fabric. You've got the tossed fabric, and you're going to do some fussy cutting in the center of these blocks that you piece. And then you've got the companion solids, and we've included Paintbrush Studio in Portobello, which is that tan color, and Claret, which is the burgundy. And so this is the fabric that's included in the kit. And so in the center of those blocks, you're going to fussy cut and fit in the bridges that are going to fill in the centers of those blocks. So the kit includes this fabric, and then it also includes this one, which is one of my favorites, with the red birds and the snowflakes, the red birds in the trees. And then the kit includes 2 of the snowflake prints. One is called Iceberg, and then the other one is the blue snowflakes, which you can see. So this kit finishes at 62.5 by 62.5 with the square quilt, and it is $79.85. It includes everything you need for the top and the binding and the pattern. The backing is sold separately, and you'll need about 4 yards of backing fabric. The next thing we have is the other quilt panel that came with the Covered Bridges collection, and this is the big panel, which you probably remember from last video if you watched. And so this kit has a little less fabric in it, and it's $67.50, and it finishes at 63 by 71. So you've got a panel as your main piece, and then you've got the blue snowflakes, the lighter blue snowflakes. You're going to use directional fabric down the sides, and then you're going to piece stars for the cornerstone. So this is what this kit looks like, and it is $67.50. And so these are in the store and will soon be online. We've had kind of a website problem this afternoon. Right this minute, our website's down, and so we're hoping that it'll be fixed in the next hour or so. But we definitely have it in the store, and if the site is down, please check back. Sorry about the technical difficulty. And so that's the two of the new kits that I want to show you. The next thing I want to talk about is some new fabric that we got in, and it's 1930s reproduction fabric. And so I've done a curated bundle, and this bundle includes fabrics from several different collections. And so I'm going to take this bundle apart. It's really cute. I'm calling it a Little Friends collection. It's an 11-piece back quarter bundle for $29.90, and these are really cute. We've got 2 prints from it's Maywood Studios Playtime. Then we've got 3 or 4 prints from Riley Blake's Playtime 30s or Storytime 30s. Then we've got 3 or 4 prints from Henry Glass from the anime collection, and then 1 from Toy Chest, which is from now I'm drawing a blank, Penny Rose Fabrics. So they're just super cute. So we've got little animals on, looks like they're with a hula hoop and on a teeter-totter. We've got little bunnies, and then these more little bunnies and little bears on purple. We've got little flowers and looks like little dogs maybe on the orange. Then we've got another of the print like the purple that's on a teal background. And then another little green and orange floral. We've got teal bunnies, we've got blue bunnies and peach bunnies, and then some little pink bears, and then some little purple bunnies. So this is a really cute reproduction fat quarter bundle. We've got 11 pieces for $29.90, and so that's something you don't want to miss. Those will also be online shortly. The next thing I want to talk about is remind you that we have the Almsbury Shop Hop books in stock. So you can order your books online, or you can order them in, or come by the store and get them. They are $13.95 and includes, I think, 5 or 6 patterns. I haven't counted for sure. And then I know there's a place in here that tells you where you can go on the website and you can download a couple of more patterns. But these are great books to keep in your car as you travel around the state and visit different places, because it gives you listings of the stores and the hours that they are open, so you can see what's in any individual areas. So even if you don't do the shop hop, it's a really great book to have on hand, because you get free patterns included, but then you get a directory of quilt stores and what's open in what area. And we're in the process of making shop samples for the Almsbury Shop Hop. So this is one of the kits we're going to have. It's going to be a project bag, and so we've got kits that we've started cutting for this. We're also going to have a quilt and then another small project. So we're going to have some pretty things made with the Shop Hop fabric and some kits ready for those who are going to come shopping with us starting September 1st. The next thing I want to tell you about is I have a featured book this week, and this book is the Merry Makers. It's from Moda, and it is on clearance for $10. The MSRP is $26.99, so it's a great deal. I mean, you can't hardly even buy a single pattern for $10 anymore, but this is a whole book for $10, and so it's got some really cute Christmassy like patterns, which I thought would be a good one to feature since we are talking about the covered bridges in winter, and that's kind of another winter theme. So it's got projects and quilts and table toppers and lots of other little projects. So it's just a really great book. It is, let's see, almost 100 pages, and it's $10. So we've got quite a few of these on hand, and so that's definitely a deal you don't want to miss. The next thing I want to talk about is our second block of the month is getting ready to start. I got a call from Benartex last week, and the fabric is shipping for the Holly and Hearth collection. And so we're going to be doing this quilt that's on the front, and it finishes at 80 inches by 92 inches, which is a queen size. And so we're going to have all the fabrics in the collection, which you can see all the fabrics, but the fabrics that have the reds are not going to be used in the block of the month. The block of the month is just going to use the ones that are in the blue and green and kind of a crystal blue and crystal green shades. So these are what we're going to do. It's going to be a 12-month block of the month program, and we're going to start this off September 1st, just like we're starting the shop hop off September 1st. And so it's going to be $32.95 a month for 12 months, and so you will finish it next fall. You will finish it at the end of August, which will give you time to have your winter quilt quilted and bound and ready for your bed or ready to be gifted for not this Christmas, but next Christmas. So this is the Holly and Hearth, and the quilt name is called Midwinter's Reverie. And so it's going to be a really, really pretty project, and so that's going to be coming up soon. I anticipate that the fabric will be in the store sometime by the end of this week or maybe early next week, because they were shipping, I think, last week. So, and I've also got not only yardage coming, I've got pre-cuts coming, and so those will be great for projects for this year. So that's what we've got here on the table, but I've got something I think that you're going to be excited about. This month, or this week rather, which is the week of July 27th, we're going to do 20% off all of our Kansas City Chiefs and cottons that are the Celebration Collection by Paintbrush Studio, but we're also going to do the 45 wide cottons that are licensed prints by Fabric Traditions, and there are some 60 wide cottons that are going to be 20% off that are also licensed by Fabric Traditions, and I'm going to show you some pictures here shortly. But we're also going to do 20% off any other NFL fabric. I've got some Cowboys, I've got some Packers, I've got some canvas that's Packers and Cowboys and Chiefs, and then I also have some fleece that is for Packers and Cowboys and Chiefs. And so those are all going to be 20% off this week. It's the end of July. Football preseason starts in just about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe. And so people are going to be thinking about projects for the Kansas City Chiefs, because we definitely live in the middle of Chiefs Kingdom here in southern Missouri. But we're also, I'm going to show you some kits. I'm going to give you a deal. I'm going to give you 15% off of our Chiefs quilt kits. And we've got 3 different Chiefs kits that we have that I'm going to show you. So hang on, I'm going to show you the yardage and the quilts next. Here's the Chiefs fabric we have in stock. We have several celebration collections, seasons 1, 2, and 3, and these are done by Paintbrush Studio in Kansas City. So we have a great selection in stock of Chiefs celebration prints. And so these are available online, available in the store, and this week they are 20% off. And then here down at the end you can see the black licensed print that we have from Fabric Traditions. But this is our 45 wide collection of Kansas City Chiefs celebration fabric and licensed fabric. And so if you are ready to start making Chiefs projects, we've got the fabric that you need. Next up, we've got 60 wide fleece in a couple of different prints for the Chiefs. There's the buffalo plaid, and then there's the helmet toss. We've got a couple of 60 wide fleece prints for the Cowboys, and then those 2 in the center are one of them's cotton and 2 of them are canvas. Then we also have a couple different prints, I guess 3 different prints that are 60 wide cotton, and these are like a heavier weight cotton. I would say almost that they're like a lightweight canvas. The exception to that one would be this, and this one is just standard quilting cotton, but these 2 are canvas. But these 60 wide bolts are really much more like a lightweight canvas. So they're a heavyweight cotton. And then we also have Chiefs in 60 wide cotton. And then we have this. This is actually a 60 wide, just a red fleece that's available. So all of the licensed prints are going to be 20% off this week. But wait, let's go look at the kits. Next up is some additional 45 wide that I have that's the Chiefs, that is the pink colorway. And I'm sorry I forgot to show those bolts on the other side of the store, but I'm going to show them to you now. These Chiefs pink fat quarter bundles are also going to be 20% off. And so what we've done with the fat quarter bundles is you've got the footballs, you've got the arrowheads, you've got some little letters, but we've added a couple of solids to these bundles. So we have a hot pink solid. This has got some very groovy 70s looking text that say Chiefs. We've got a digital camo. Then we've got the solid gold along with the argyle that's on the back. So this is a celebration fat quarter bundle. I guess there's 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 piece bundle. It's $28.95, and these are going to be 20% off this week. So sorry I was a little ill prepared on that, but anyway, these are going to be 20% off this week, whether it's a fat quarter bundle or whether it's on the bolt. And so we're going to do 15% off kits, and I have 3 different kits to show you. The first one is, let's see, where are they? Oh, here we go. These are the tumbler kits. These are fully pre-cut tumbler kits, and they include the tumblers to make a quilt top that's 52 by 60. We've pre-cut the side borders. Since it's directional fabric, we've cut them length of fabric, so all the words are going the right way. And then we've got the inner gold border and the outer binding. And so this is a complete pre-cut kit. All you need to do is put the backing in there, and the tumblers are pre-cut, so it's super easy to make. Regular $59.95, they're 15% off this week. Next up, we've got a twin size kit, and this kit is the I Heart KC. It finishes at 72 by 90. And we have pre-cut all the strips for you, and the kit includes fabric for the binding and the quilt top. And so the backing fabric is sold separately. And so we've got this kit. This will also be 15% off. And then the third kit we have is another twin kit, which is this one. It's $109.95, which this one is, I guess I forgot to tell you the price. This one is $134.95, so it would be 15% off that. This one's $109.95, includes all the fabric and the pattern that you need with the red and the black and the gold, and then the licensed print. So it's be 15% off this. This is also twin size, finishes at 64 by 90. All you would need would be backing for that one. We can also cut that kit in a queen size. If you let us know we have a queen kit, we can make a queen size kit available for you. Can't remember the price on that one, but it's online, but my website's down right now, so that's really a problem. But we're going to get that back up shortly. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to give you 15% off our Kansas City Royals pre-cut tumbler kits, which are just like the Chiefs, only we got the Kansas City Royals celebration fabric. We're going to do the Kansas City Royals and St. Louis Cardinal fleece, also 20% off this week. And then we've got the I Heart KC kit, also in the twin size at $134.95. This will also be 15% off this week. And so you've got the celebration prints there. And so we're going to do a Celebrate Kansas City football and baseball this week. So that's what's on sale here. Wait till you see what's next. Last up for this video is the Margaret and Sophie collection. And so this is a collection by Quiltgate, and it's a Japanese fabric, premium quality cotton, and it is absolutely darling. These are, I would say, kind of a throwback to 1930s, but Margaret and Sophie are these cute little girls who are friends, and so they are just so pretty. And this fabric feels amazing. If you're not familiar with Quiltgate, it's one of the premium Japanese fabric manufacturers. And as you know, you probably know, a lot of the best fabric comes from both Japan and Korea. And so this is a Japanese company, and there's not very many stores in the country carrying this. So I think it's going to be specialty to me for against a lot of other stores that just plain don't have it. But these are so cute. These are darling little girls, and they are buddies. And so we've got Margaret and Sophie reading on 2 or 3 different colorways. We also have Margaret and Sophie, and we have their house, and they have their dolls and their sewing baskets and their knitting baskets and cute little dress forms. And so that's so pretty. Then we've got Margaret and Sophie and their toys. This would be so cute for just a big variety of projects. I especially like this one. This is the Margaret and Sophie's Love Strawberry collection. You can see that it's, you know, they're just darling little strawberries and florals that are very reminiscent of 1930s feed sack fabrics. Here's another one that's Margaret and Sophie that's a toss with little hearts. There's a lot of prints that have little apples on them too. Here's another one. There's got a couple of the strawberry prints. Here's this one on aqua with little bows. Here's another one with the little girls with just their little heads, which is just really cute. And I love it that one of them is winking at you, which is really cute. And then we've got another one with the red strawberries and the florals. So this is just a really darling collection. These are Margaret and Sophie's friends, and so this is called Vintage Animal Toss or Baby Animal Toss. Let's see, what's it called? It's called Friends of Vintage Animals. So these are little friends of Margaret and Sophie, and so we've got the yellow, and then we've got a pink one, which is really cute. I mean, these are just darling baby girl fabrics. And then this one is, it's called blue, but it lends a little toward aqua. And so these are just really cute prints. There's 19 in this collection, and I think they'd make a darling baby quilt or just a really cute addition to anyone who's got 1930s reproduction fabrics in their kitchen. So Margaret and Sophie is available now, so come in and see it because it's just darling. Thanks so much for shopping with me. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. And it's been another great Quilty Merch Monday. Can't wait to see you.